The Dallas Cowboys are set to kick off against the New York Giants in their Week 4 matchup on Thursday Night Football. Both teams are trying to find their footing after a rough 1-2 start to the year. For Dallas, recent history has been in their favor. They have dominated this matchup, winning 12 of the last 13 games they've played. The Giants' only win came during the 2020 season with Andy Dalton in at quarterback for the Cowboys. But for Dak Prescott as the starter, he hasn't lost to the Giants since his rookie season all the way back in 2016. And although it seems like an easy game because it kind of has been for the better part of a decade, with how this season has gone so far in Dallas, anything is possible. And now this game actually makes me pretty nervous. So let's talk about why. For my last few game previews for the Cowboys, we've been looking at 5 keys to victory. I like how that's set up, so we're going to stick with that in this video as well. So let's start with key number 1 for the Cowboys to win this game. Win the quarterback battle. It sounds crazy. I mean, has Daniel Jones ever really outplayed Dak in a head-to-head matchup? Not that I can remember. But for this week's game, the Cowboys cannot afford to have a letdown game from Dak, while also allowing Daniel Jones to have a great game on the other side. We're just 3 games into the year, but let's look at these 2 quarterbacks so far this season. Dak is leading the league in passing yards with 851, but that's more of an indicator of how many times the Cowboys have had to play from behind already this year. Both quarterbacks have 4 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions, while Dak has been sacked 9 times and Jones 8. For the Cowboys to win this game, Dak has to play better. I know that things aren't perfect. I have problems with the scheme. The run game is awful most of the time. The defense has been gashed for so many yards on the ground. All of those things can be true, while also admitting that Dak just has to play better in certain moments. And on Thursday night, they need him to be at his best. On the other side, Daniel Jones hasn't been a world beater this year, but he's had some moments of positive play this season. This week, though, Mike Zimmer and the defense cannot let Jones have his moments, or it's going to look like more of the same from the past few weeks. And one of the biggest keys to slowing down Daniel Jones and the Giants' offense is slowing down rookie wide receiver Malik Nabers. That's key number 2. Stop Nabers. Much like a lot of draft people projected, Nabers is as good as advertised. So far, he has 271 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on the year, and his best game of the season came against the Browns last week. I mean, he was straight up mossing the Browns corners. He made a catch in the corner of the end zone. I mean, the guy can do it all, and this matchup really worries me for these Dallas defensive backs. Nabers is super explosive. He has the long speed. He can be a deep threat, but he's also a guy with tremendous body control. He can route guys up underneath, break tackles after the catch, and be a big play threat really anywhere on the field. And so far this year, Daniel Jones has made it a point to make Malik Nabers a part of this offense, and it's worked. For the Cowboys corners, Kalen Carson is going to be a game-time decision on Thursday with an injury, and Trayvon Diggs is still working back to 100% after his ACL injury last year. But if Kalen Carson does go in this game, he's had his moments this year, but he's also struggled mightily at times. With a wide receiver of this caliber, Nabers is going to make catches, he's going to make plays, but Dallas has to be fundamentally sound when it comes to getting him on the ground, wrapping up on their tackles, and avoiding the big plays that we saw last week against the Ravens on a missed tackle. Carson can't come in there high on a tackle, miss it, and then Nabers is out the gate. For Mike Zimmer, help your corners out with safety help over the top. Don't leave them on an island with Malik Nabers, because I don't think it's going to be good if the pass rush doesn't get home. Daniel Jones might not be the most accurate quarterback in the world, but Nabers will make him look good. So stop the rookie wide receiver, and I think you have a good chance at stopping this offense. For key number 3, and we're not going to sit here and harp on it, but we do have to talk about it because, well, we just do. Stop the run. Before we continue, I wanted to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, BETUS. Football, basketball, ice hockey, baseball, whatever you need, BETUS has you covered. My favorite part is that you can filter by props, conferences, divisions, playoff specials, anything that you want. It's right there at your fingertips. So head over to BETUS and get get an awesome deal with the deposit bonus and start playing this Sunday. They have an awesome promotion right now where you get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and then 125% on your next two. And if you win, they have you covered with fast and easy payout. Thank you so much to BETUS for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back into it. And I'm not wasting my breath anymore with this stuff. This is not going to be a long one, but it's got to be a key to this game. We have to put it in there because the Cowboys have made us put it in there. Make Daniel Jones beat you with his arm. Devin Singletary has averaged about 4.7 yards per carry this year. Tyrone Tracy is a guy that I liked coming out of college, and he gets a little bit of work in this backfield as well. We haven't seen the Cowboys stop the run at all this year, and the best way to stop the Giants offense is make everything go through Daniel Jones and him passing the ball. Force him into 3rd and long situations, and then you can get off the field at a high rate. But once again, like we've talked about, if you're giving up 5-6 yards per carry and they're picking up 5 or 6 yards per carry on first down, it's going to be a whole lot harder to get off the field. This defense has not gotten teams into 3rd and long enough. They really haven't got teams into 3rd down enough. It needs to be a focus in this game again, I guess. We'll just see if the Cowboys can actually do it. Key number 4 for the Cowboys offense: have a good game plan, have an offensive identity. I don't know what Mike McCarthy is planning on doing, but he needs to find a way to create separation for your wide receivers schematically and also neutralize those pass rushers that the Giants have on the outside. If you want to run the ball this week, find a way to get the ground game going. If this is a Rico Dowdle game, then run Rico Dowdle. Let him be the running back 1. Or if this is a CeeDee Lamb game, he needs to be more involved. Scheme him open, take deep shots downfield, or maybe this is a Jake Ferguson game. He has an opportunity to make hay over the middle of the field. Those are things that you need to find and lean on in this game. The Cowboys haven't been able to lean on really anything offensively, and it's costed them. Dallas needs to find a way to help their guys on offense and not just say, beat the man in front of you, and if you don't, we're going to lose. And I just talked about it in a recent video. Maybe Mike and Brian Schottenheimer are too far gone. They've been coaching for too long that nothing's going to change. But if it could in this game and kind of start forming that identity for later on in the year, that would be great. But in order to run the offense the way that the Cowboys are going to want to, they need to get off to a fast start. And that is our 5th key of the game. Last year, Dallas bludgeoned teams when they got off to a fast start. Just look at week 1 last year against the Giants. That was a fast start, and that game was over by halftime. Even in 2023, this team was not built to claw back from 10, 14, 20-point deficits. This team is built to play from in front. It lets the pass rush actually get to rush the quarterback. It opens up the playbook a little bit more offensively, and it calms the nerves of this team and quarterback. Not everyone's pressing, trying to be Superman, trying to make a play so they can get back in the game. Even against the Giants, you cannot go down 10-0, 13-0, or once again, it'll be the same old story about a slow, terrible start and the Cowboys lose. Also, this is for Mike McCarthy. If you have the opportunity, do not receive on the coin toss. Defend first. Try and see if the defense can gain some sort of confidence with a stop. And maybe that'll give the offense some confidence that they're not going to have to put up 40 points to win the game. I don't need to see the offense go out there and have a 3-and-out and then the defense give up 7 points, because by that point, we'll all know how the game is going to go. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I am going to post in the comments the Cowboys injury report, the Giants injury report, so you guys can kind of look over that a little bit since I didn't discuss it a ton in depth, but that'll be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.